Hey 8th graders, today we're going to take notes when you're going to watch this video, and I have 3 sheets of paper here. They all have a number up on the top, and make sure that you are using the right one because they all look exactly the same. Okay, so we're starting with this one that says number 1, and it has the sun here, and the sun has rays that shine directly at Earth like this, and it says shade the moons to indicate which area is light and which is dark. And like I've been saying, we need to make sure that we keep shading the dark side because we're using a dark pencil. So when the sun is shining over here, we need to be coloring in the half of the moon that will not be getting any sunlight. I'm going to go through each one. The sun always only lights up half of it, and it depends on what half we see wherever the moon is at in its cycle for the month, 28.5 days. So then we can label this sunlight. If you want to get fancy, you could do that sun in yellow. And that is number 1. So this is going to be the top page, and we're going to be taping them all on top of each other. Here's the next one. It says shade the moons to indicate how we would see the moon if we were standing on Earth. So we're going to shade it, and you could move the paper depending on what moon we're looking at, and then we're going to go through and then name what it looks like. So I'm going to start here, and when we look at the moon, the sun is lighting up this whole side, and we can't see any of it. And now I need to erase that. Back. Okay, next, we can only see this little crescent spot, so I'm shading in the dark side. Up here, we see this half moon. Then we see a gibbous. And then when the sun is shining directly on the moon, it's lighting up this whole side, and that is the side that we see. So this is when we have the full moon. So I'm not going to color any of that. Oops, I accidentally deleted this. Next one, it goes the opposite way. So the light grows from the right, and then it starts to shrink from the left side. So it's all going to be exactly opposite. Okay, so those are the moon phases. It says, which direction does the moon revolve around the Earth? Counterclockwise. And that's this way. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and label. I'm starting with new moon. It's totally black. I can't see anything. New moon. And the light is growing, so this is waxing. This one is also going to be waxing. This one is a crescent. And here is a quarter, the first quarter. And then the waxing gibbous, full moon, and now we are waning. So I'm going to write waning, waning. This one is the gibbous, then it's third quarter, and waning crescent. And that's it for number 2. And here's the third one. It says approximately how many days does it take to go from one moon phase to another? It's about 3.5 days. Approximately how many days does it take to complete 1/4 revolution? About a week. So when we did this for 2 weeks, well, that says 7 weeks. Let's make it a 1 week. When you do this for 2 weeks, we saw about 4. So that makes sense. 7 days. That's probably where I got that 7 from. Approximately how many days does it take to complete the entire lunar cycle? 28 days. And that's where they get the word month. Moon and month, because it's about the same time. And then we're just going to draw an arrow. It's moving this way around Earth. And it's every 3.5 days. And we can keep writing that around. And then we can shade in the moon here, whatever it's going to look like. There's that. Probably get this a little bit smaller. And this. This. And there we go. So again, these are going to be all on top of each other. Number 1 is on the very top, 3 is on the very bottom. So you could probably glue number 3 down and then tape number 2 on this little dotted line here. Oops, wrong side. This dotted line here, like tape it here and then tape it on top of it. All right, thanks for listening.